Okay, that was a very bad last phase for the Allied players. They now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units left in this command, and as we can see, 4 of the units are no longer with us. If the command has lost half of its units, it rolls for command morale, and if it fails that, then the entire command will withdraw from the table. So this turn, all they can do is press forward with these and hope that they can do something. Over here, there's a limit to what they can do. I guess maybe it's push these forward again, and attempt to do something with them. They're only going to come to the Austrians if we don't. So they might as well go and have an attempt to do it. So I think here it's time to bite the bullet, and on this side, and hope they can get something, get some kind of breakthrough, and hope that these guys can come forward and do something. So time for me to move. On this side, the Allied guns are limbered successfully. In this system, it's easier to unlimber than it is to limber up generally, and so they did that without too many problems. Meanwhile, the Allied line advances, and the Prussians still wait. The cavalry continue moving towards the action over here. They might be able to do something next go. These Austrian infantry move forward, and do or die attempt to do something to the Prussian grenadiers in the wood. And meanwhile, so did this infantry try to move forward to help on this side. Time now for the morale tests. Okay, let's start with the cavalry first. So over here, we haven't established yet the quality of the Prussian hussars. They are trained B, so we need to roll to see what they are. And they've rolled a 6, so that means that they are elite. I'll put a mark on them in a minute to show that that is the case. So now we do the morale test for this unit. Because this counts as an ongoing combat, because this unit is pursued into here. The Reich Army unit is dragoons and similar, so heavier cavalry than the hussars. So the hussars take a -1 for being in an ongoing melee with heavier cavalry. They also take a -1 because they have done an uncontrolled pursuit, and so now are in disorder, so they get -2. But they are elite, so that's -1 overall. So they roll to see what happens. Oh dear. So their commanding officer is all the way over here. They cannot re-roll, so we have yet more dead Russian cavalry. Are the Prussians managing to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory? The Reich Army unit needs to roll to see if it will pursue, and because they've just won this melee, so they roll and they get a 3. They don't pursue. Now a glimmer of hope for the Allied player. Here, this Austrian infantry are going to fire at the Prussians. The Prussians are grenadiers, so they are elite. They are also in cover, which is another +1, so that's +2, and they have rear support, which is +3. So with a grand total of +3, they're going to be lucky to do much to them. They've tried for it, so 3 + 3 is 6. Now, of course, without the pluses, they would be dead, so it shows you how valuable the pluses are. But 6 means they just take a hit. They have a black dice, which means that they have an extra hit, so that's taking them down to being a normal unit. So some success, but maybe a little too late. Over here, it's going to be a similar story. But the Prussian unit is grenadiers again, so it's elite. It is in cover, which is another +1, which is +2. But I decided to assign the 2 artillery pieces to help here. I'd ideally like to have hit this unit to try and kill it, but I think we need to do something to try and help these guys. so I've assigned them here. So the Prussian Grenadiers get +1 for being elite, +1 for being in cover, but then -2 for the 2 extra guns, so it's a straight dice roll. So they roll 2 dice, they rolled 7. The Prussian player could just accept that, to take a hit, but the commander is nearby, so he could rejoin them, and he could join them and give them a second chance to pass, but with a slight risk that, of course, if they roll 3 or less, they might kill themselves. I think, on balance, the Prussians, things are going their way. I think they'll just take the 1 hit and carry on. They've still got 2 lives left, so that's not too bad. So that completes the Austrians' turn, the Allied turn. They've done some damage, and the imposing line here is finally getting somewhere close to the action. But is it going to be enough? Let's see. Before we move on to the Prussian turn, I've just realised that we need to roll for the replacement commander for Stolberg, who was lost last time. This might be, in fact, Stolberg coming back in some kind of, he's now been tended and he's willing to come back, or it could be an actual replacement, as in he's incapacitated or dead. What you do is you roll a dice and consult a table to see what the new commander's command value is. It doesn't really matter who the person actually is. And the golden rule is that generally speaking, the new commander will be the same ability or less than the one they replaced. So because Stolberg was a level 1 commander, the new commander is going to be either a 0 or a 1 commander. So we roll the dice, and if it's low, it's a 0 commander, and if it's higher, it's a 1 commander. We roll the dice, and we score 2. So the new commander comes back, but he is a 0 commander, 0 rated commander. Okay, so we're going to put him here. Okay, so